Can you just spell your first and last name for me real quick?
Michael Karp, K-A-R-P.
And are you going to be able to speak right now on behalf of her?
Yeah, with my co-counsel, Attorney Robert Wilson. Do you need the spelling on that?
Yes.
Okay.
WELCENBACH, Robert Wilson.
And are you happy with the commissioner's ruling today?
I am. Obviously, there was a motion to dismiss the charges, which was not granted. So we're happy with that. It's obviously the first step in a long process. Any questions about the actual criminal charges, we would defer to the DA's office for further comment. But yeah, we were happy to see that the judge made the right decision.
But obviously you've spoken with the family. I mean, how are they feeling about this case?
The family is overwhelmed. They're heartbroken about what's going on. They didn't want any of this. They don't want media attention. That's why they're not here. I give them a lot of credit for pursuing change and justice, and that's what they're doing with this lawsuit that we're going to be filing because they want accountability and they want to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else's child.
Procedurally, do you have to file a notice of claim first? And then, so what's the timeline for when you're going to file the notice of claim and when you intend to file suit? Will it be state or federal court?
Yeah, we're filing the notice of claim this week. They have 120 days then to disallow it after service. We plan to file suit against Mr. Enwright and then proceed with the federal charges once that notice of claim period's been completed.
When do you expect that'll be?
We're going to get the claim filed this week, get it served, and then they have 120 days from service, so we're looking at another 4 months or longer before we're in a position to file that.
Local police said there's a dearth of law about grooming. Is that something that you hope changes because of this case?
Yeah, I think you can tell from the motion to dismiss that there's sort of a loophole in the law here, that we're missing an actual grooming law, and that is very important. That's what we're trying to change through this case, is to get something in place so that there is something rock solid to charge these people with.
So as far as your civil suit, what are some of the things you're talking about, the damage, that type of thing? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, what's most important to the family, there's a monetary component, but more importantly, the family wants to see that the school board takes this seriously and makes the changes that are necessary to protect the children. There's a repeated history in the Kenosha Unified School District of teacher misconduct. There's problems with the policies, there's problems with the administration, and we're going to open up a dialogue for the school board to come sit down, meet with experts, and figure out what we need to do as a community to make sure that this does not happen again.
As far as the grounds that you would say is the damage, for instance, is that emotional harm? Can you talk a little bit about that you would say the family suffered as a result of this?
Yeah, that'll be laid out more, that'll be articulated in the notice of injury and claim that will be filed this week. But generally, yeah, this is catastrophic for the family. It's catastrophic for their child. This is not going to go away quickly, and it's something that's going to sit with her for the rest of her life. So accountability is very important in a case like this.
Michael, what conversations have you had with the school district? Have they been willing to meet with you? What types of conversations have you had? As you said, this is a pattern that we've seen at KUSD. So what conversations have been had? Yeah,
to date, we have not had any conversations with the school. We're inviting them to sit down with us and have those conversations, have it with parents, have it with experts, and hopefully work together to make sure that this does not happen again.
Tell me your name again.
Michael Karp, K-A-R-P. Trial Lawyers of Wisconsin.
And it's a federal suit that you guys are filing?
So this week, we're going to be filing notice of injury and claim against the school board. And like Attorney Welsenbach mentioned, they have a time period for responding to that. This week, we're also going to be filing a complaint individually against Mr. Enwright. We want to explore and investigate this thoroughly before we move forward with any federal lawsuit. And hopefully a conversation with the school board officials will help clarify whether that's needed or not.
Have you read the police report?
I have, yes.
When you saw that the KUSD HR director wanted to send Mr. Enwright back to work during the middle of this investigation, what did you feel when you read that part of the police report?
I think I was disturbed as everybody else. I think it's horrific that they would even consider bringing someone back who's even been alleged to have committed these acts. Now we know that he did. And we're going to have a full investigation to figure out what they knew, when they knew it, and why they made the decisions that they did. Because I think looking at it from the outside, everybody's scratching their head wondering, how could you possibly want to bring this person back? So those are the questions that we want answered, and we're going to make sure we get an answer to those questions.
Well, and we give a lot of credit to the parents, because I think without the protests and without a lot of the attention given to this case, we may not be in this position. So we're very thankful that they stood up and they were brave enough to come forward and keep the pressure on here. So.
One more question. The last line of the police report, it said, case closed. The detective spoke with multiple assistant district attorneys and found that no crime had committed. And yet here we are today with 22 counts of misdemeanor, possible jail sentence of over 5 years. Can you speak to that?
I can't speak on behalf of the DA's office. I know there's an investigation. They got to work with law enforcement. They got to work with what they have, and obviously there's issues with what charges they can bring forward and support. But I will say, like Attorney Welsenbach mentioned, the parents that had the courage to go to school board meeting after school board meeting and keep the pressure on for justice to be rendered here and for criminal charges to be pressed deserve all the credit. That is why we're here. I believe that's been a big component of why we have 22 charges today.
Thank you.